Hello everyone. So recently I made a few videos where I talked about cost of living in London, and I thought I can probably talk more about this topic. I know a lot of people are now coming to UK and they want to know more about the process and they also want some help. And I have been living in UK for few years now, and I can definitely share my experience and hopefully help you. So in this video, let us talk about things that you need to do when you come to UK for the very first time. And this is especially true for those people who are coming here on a sponsored job. Things are also similar for students, but because I can share my experience based on the fact that I also moved here when I was actually on a sponsored job. So the very first thing that you need to do is you need to get your BRP card. Now, when you apply for the visa, in the application process, you will have to enter the post office from where you can collect your BRP card. So when you come to UK for the very first time, you will get a visa. You will get a vignette of 1 month, and that particular visa is only valid for 1 month. And the whole purpose of that particular visa is that you can enter UK. So you have roughly 1 month to enter the UK, and then when you enter the UK, you can actually go to your post office, and that post office address need to be uh, near where you live, or maybe it could be near your office. For example, if you know that you're going to live in a specific locality, or if you know the address already, then try to find the post office in that area and then enter that particular post office address in your application, in your visa application form. So this is something that you can do straight away. Uh, Maybe do it on the I mean, not on the same day, but if possible, within couple of days. And this BRP is your proper residency permit, like it is called as biometric residency permit. I believe in the next couple of years, UK government will probably get rid of the physical card. You will probably get like a online soft version, maybe some kind of a mobile app. This is what I think that will happen. But you have to get this BRP card, and this BRP card will be used everywhere. You will need this BRP card for a lot of things whenever you are traveling back to your home country. For example, if you're traveling to Delhi or if you're coming back from Delhi to UK, you would need this card. This is going to be your visa as well for entering in UK. The second thing that you need to do is you need to get yourself national insurance number. So this is something that uh, I mean, usually BRP card will have this national insurance number, if I'm not wrong. But if, let us say, your partner, let us say your wife or your husband, uh, if they are on dependent visa, they will probably not get this national insurance number along with the BRP. So they need to apply for it. So if you don't have it already with your BRP, then apply for it because you would need this NIN number for a lot of things. And uh, you can actually call, so you have to basically call a number to get this national insurance number, and they will probably ask you why you need this. So you can tell them on call that I um, maybe you can get maybe you can get a letter from your employer, or maybe you can just tell them that I need to find a job if you're a dependent, if you're allowed to work, because usually in UK, dependents, people who come on dependent visa, they have no restriction, they can work for anyone, and they can do their own business, they can do contracting, they can uh, basically change their employer whenever they want. The third thing that you need to do is you need to uh, open your bank account. This is again very important. Now, to open your bank account, what you can do, what I recommend is that you go to your local or a bank that is nearby. My recommendation would be to go for a proper bank like HSBC or nationwide big banks, because in UK you also have those mobile app based banks. They are fine, but it is better if you have like one proper big bank account. And when you go to those bank accounts, first go to, let us say, the branch. Just tell them that you have recently moved to UK and you need to open yourself a bank account, and they will tell you the procedure, and they will also tell you what documents you need. Bare minimum, I think you would need, from my experience, you would need a letter from your employer that this person is now joining us, blah blah blah. So the moment you join your company, you can tell them that can you please give me this letter, or first go to the bank account and they will tell you what they need, and they will definitely need BRP, national insurance number, and the address. Now address, don't worry too much about the address, because in the beginning you can give any address, maybe your friend's address, or if you're probably living with a relative, give their address. You may not have address from day one. Maybe you would have an address from day one, but don't worry too much about the address, because address can be always changed. The only thing that you need to remember is that in UK there is a record of each and everything. So if you, let us say, live in a specific address, and if you have given that address to your bank, then it will be on record. So I'm telling you this because when you, let us say, uh, because in UK there is a concept of background check. So whenever there is a background check, and this background check will happen multiple times. For example, I'm a consultant. I have worked with employers before, and I've also worked directly with clients, because now I'm doing my own business. So whenever I am engaging with someone, they might ask me to get a background check. So they will do this background check where they will check your police records, they will check all the addresses where you have lived, they will check your all the previous employers information. So very important thing that you need this. I mean, the address can be changed, but make sure you keep track of this address. Don't really lose it, right? I mean, sometimes you, let us say, know that you lived somewhere, but after like 2 years, you don't really remember, or maybe you have no record of it. So keep all the records with you. I'll probably come to this point in few minutes. Now, once you have your bank account, you're actually ready to basically accept money, because your employer will probably give you your first month's salary. So you have, I guess, few weeks to get this bank account opened. But if you do it sooner, then because you might not join on first of the month, you might join maybe somewhere like on 15th of that particular month. So the sooner you get your bank account, you can actually accept money. You can actually uh, be assured that you will be paid. Now, there are other things that I also recommend you to do when you come to UK. I mean, and in this video, I'm going to talk about all these things that are something that you should do ASAP. Don't wait for it. Don't really wait for maybe few months to get these things done. Do it ASAP, and it will make your life a lot easier, and your experience will be smoother. So we have talked about BRP, NIN number, bank account. Make sure you have an address. It could be temporary address, by the way. The fourth thing is uh, apply for the provisional license. Now, I'm assuming that you drive. Even if you don't drive, you can actually apply for the provisional license, and that provisional license is, I believe, valid for I think it is valid for like maybe 1 year, 2 years. But the good thing about provisional license is that on your provisional license, you will have your address, and this provisional license is actually your proper ID. So in UK, you would need your ID multiple times. For example, if you are buying, let us say, alcohol, you need ID. If you are maybe uh, trying to open a bank account, you would again need some form of identification, which is again BRP. But if you get yourself provisional driving license, I feel it is much safer to keep your driving license with you, or just a photograph. But this is what I did. If you're coming from India, I know that your license is valid for 1 year. You can drive car, you can rent car. This is what I did. I bought the car actually, but uh, even if you're trying to get yourself a proper license, you can still you still have to get the provisional license first. So get yourself a provisional driving license, and it will definitely help you. And the next thing, the fifth thing is that you should register for the NHS. Again, very important in UK. For example, if you're coming on a work visa, then you're paying for the NHS, and if you're paying for it, you should register for it ASAP. If you go to your local surgery, again, don't worry about changing this GP or surgery of yours, but the important thing is to register yourself and your family. They would probably ask for your BRP and your council tax or some kind of uh, utility bills. For example, if you're paying for, let us say, your electricity, your gas, or maybe your internet, save those bills. And council tax is again very important because you have to pay council tax. So that is my next point. Uh, Register for the council tax. I mean, you have to anyways pay for it, but if you register for it, then if you go to your council website, they will probably give you a bill straight away, even if you have not paid for it. So that is actually again your address proof. And apart from all this, what I also wanted to tell you and share with you that if you are in UK, keep all of your documents safe. Any document, like especially the bills and also your travel dates. For example, if you are, and talking about the documents, keep hard copies if you have hard copies, but at the same time scan them and sign up for the paperless, because in UK everything is paperless, or you have an option to opt for paperless bills. Keep it handy somewhere on your computer. Keep backups because you would need these documents when you apply for renewing your your visa, and also if you're changing jobs, then you of course have to apply for the visa again. But most importantly, when you apply for ILR for settlement, you would need these documents. And also, just few more things. I'll probably talk about ILR things that you need to do for ILR, but uh, main thing that I will probably say is that if you're in UK and if you're working for an organization or a company, uh, try not to take more than 30 days of leave, although you can get leaves. But if you have to take if you take more than 30 days of leave, then you will have to get a letter from your employer, like absence letter, which I believe was a requirement for any number of days in the past. But if you take more than 30 days, then you have to get this letter from your employer when you apply for ILR uh, after 5 years. And uh, and also, if you are going to apply for ILR, then you cannot be out of the country for more than 180 days. But let us talk about ILR in a different video. But in this video, I just wanted to talk about things that you should do straight away when you come to UK. And if you need any help, please reach out to me. The best way to reach out to me is to raise a ticket. I mean, you can add a comment on this video, but if you go to my website, ravisagar.in/support, you can actually raise a ticket for me. So I'll probably have time to look at your questions, and I think I can definitely share my experience because I have been through these things, and I guess these days a lot of people are trying to, or they are planning to come to UK. They want to settle here, and I think when you're thinking of coming to UK, then you have to keep in mind of a few things from day one. And also talking about these documents that I've talked about, also make sure that your partner, let us say your wife or your husband, if they are on dependent visa, you also have their names on the bills. For example, if you're going for the council tax, if you register for the council tax, make sure your council tax has your spouse name. Also for your utility bills, electricity, gas, also your internet, make sure their name is also on the bill, because when you apply for ILR after 5 years, uh, you would need the record of that person living with you. So your marriage certificate is not really important. The important thing is that your partner is living with you. So these are a few things that you need to keep in mind from day one. All right. So that is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.